we're gonna take the Buick. I don't know if that's a better idea, but I know a 3800 can be fixed at any O'Reilly's anywhere in the country. So, mass airflow sensor went down. There's no big deal, except for O'Reilly's doesn't have a mass airflow sensor for a Buick 3800. I'm sensorized. This is my co-driver Levi.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to leave on our Route 66 road trip. Well, I'm just gonna show you how loaded up the good old Buick is. She be tight. This is all stuff. We got tools under there. I've got my toolbox right there, and we've made it so the convertible top will still open up. We put a Route 66 sticker on, keeping it neutral, and the Eagle. It's the booty crack of dawn at 5:50. It's not even that early. For some people, that's early. For me, it's early. For most people, it's not. We're also bringing a backup car, just the Charger. We've got the inside of the car completely loaded up. We've got snacks in a bag. We got our walkie-talkie, snacks, non-copyright music, and you know, stuff everywhere. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. We've got all of our extra fluids and a backup car. So we're gonna get on the road. All right, Levi. I'm talking to Levi because he's the cameraman and he's holding the camera. So you guys are Levi now. You ready to go? We're gonna put her in a race. That would be bad. Following the Charger, we're gonna turn our lights on. The only reason, that light didn't fall away. There we go. It's struggling. It's on its last leg. The chances of that thing lasting our whole road trip, pretty slim. It's our start. We have made it. Oh, we should reset the trip. Should we reset the trip? Reset. 0 miles. Oh, wow. Really making progress. We have made it on our first leg of our Route 66 journey in Lebanon, Missouri. We are here right now at a Route 66 car show. There are a ton of vehicles around here. There's a lowrider Astro van. Who needs a lowrider Astro van? I don't know, but it is really wicked. So we made it here. We got our Buick. We made it safe and sound, running great, ice cold AC. So can't complain too much. We're gonna go walk around, talk to some people, look at their cars, you know, do the same old, same old. It is burning a little oil, so we'll have to fill that up. Check the gas, top off the oil, all of that. So we got the Buick Reatta here, the Freedom Edition. I don't know, I haven't really picked a name. Reatta, Freedom Edition. How about Ricky? I don't really know. But anyway, people aren't really reacting to the Freedom like I expected. Like, how can you not look at this USA bald eagle on the hood and not just think, holy crap, America? I mean, people are not jaw-dropping, crying, thinking, I love America. And it's very disappointing for me. Anyway, I see a few cars. I see a Jaguar E-Type over there that we're gonna go check out. I guess we'll just walk around and see what we find. Good morning. It's the next day. We have successfully finished day uno. We are on day 2 now. And I gotta fit everything in the back of this because when the convertible tops down, we have 0 trunk space. But today we're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma to the Campbell Hotel. We stayed in the Munger Moss last night in Lebanon, Missouri with a Route 66 festival, which is pretty exciting. And so yeah. Today, another adventure, and I gotta move stuff around to make this fit, so hopefully we make it. We made it here, so we can make it there. figured since we're going on a road trip, let's bring walkie-talkie. So Dad's got a walkie-talkie in there. I got a walkie-talkie here.
And it works just fine, okay?
But I cue it with this button until I plug it in. I plug it in.
It's always cued. I'm not holding the button. It's just on. I hold the button.
It's off.
Don't hold the button. It's cued.
Off.
On. Off. On. And now,
back to normal. So we can't really plug it in, which is weird. So cheap Chinese walkie-talkies. Wouldn't recommend them. So we stopped here. We're on our way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Buick's making it pretty good. Running great. Levi's driving because I'm lazy. But we stopped at this rad Sinclair place. An old Sinclair station. They've got a cool old Ford F6 that's like almost completely restored in there. They've got like a bunch of trucks. They got a Nash over there, a police car with, I think it's a Packard right here. And they have a Packard, Nash, and I don't know, there's tons of stuff. Tons of signs. It's a really cool stop.
This is a 1948 Ford sedan. It's sporting the old flat V8, early V8 motor. It'll run like the wind. Once again, it won't stop worth a hoot, but she's a very reliable vehicle.
Now we're in a place called Red Oak 2. There's a guy, his name's Lowell Davis, right? Yes, cameraman told me yes. And he went to the Air Force in his hometown, Red Oak. He came back and he found out Red Oak, all their old buildings were gonna get pushed over. So he decided he wanted to keep them, similar reasons, that's pretty cool. He actually moved the buildings to this spot here, and it's called Red Oak 2. This guy's also an artist, which is super cool. Great painter. And like all these buildings moved here. Like I don't know who does that, but they're my hero because that's awesome. He's got old tractors. There's this airplane replica here. There's actually a real airplane back there, which is pretty neat. There's a couple cars. There's this one here. There's an old Nash. There's a Chrysler with I think it's got a Hemi in it. I think it's an old 331 or 350 some Hemi. It's pretty neat. It's got the old general store right here. The church or the schoolhouse, you've got the church down there, you've got gas stations all around. And you can live here. People actually live in these old houses, and it's like a little community. So that is actually really awesome. So if you're on Route 66, I would recommend looking up Red Oak Dose. Things running smooth. I'm in the Charger, living in the lap of luxury with the air conditioning and all that. My mom and dad are in the Buick. We stopped at O'Reilly's. The Buick's kind of got an intermittent running problem. It'll just die. I don't really know what the problem is. I'm just throwing stuff at it. And okay, well, we pushed the car in the shade. So, under more investigation, the car won't start now. Unplugged the mass airflow sensor, started the car, ran great. So, mass airflow sensor went down. It's no big deal, except for O'Reilly's doesn't have a mass airflow sensor for a Buick 3800, or well, GM 3800, which like everybody in the world has either owned one or still owns one. And but they don't have one. We were driving, and I'm like, I told Levi, I said, man, this thing gets crap gas mileage. I'm like, the Charger's getting better gas mileage than the Charger's V8. Now, granted, the Charger's a lot years newer, and this is old, but still got worse gas mileage. And it was a dog. I'm like, man, this thing doesn't run great. Like, this is slow. And yeah, it's not that fast. It's got like 160 horsepower or something like that. But still, it felt like it had 40 horsepower, and that's pathetic. Wow. How dark that is. That's pretty dark. Well, no wonder it was reading like poop. See, this is what you wanted though. If it was just a flawless road trip and we weren't stopped at some auto parts store, you wouldn't want to watch it. You'd be like, this is boring. See, we're helping you out. Oh, that feels cool when it comes back to me. So the one part about this I don't like is I'm not near a bench, so that's why I also bring a posse. When you're going on a road trip, here's a tech tip. I haven't given you one today, so here's your tech tip. You're going on a road trip, bring a bunch of people you can use as tables, people to hold, and butlers, basically, like your personal servants. They said, yeah, let's go on vacation. And I said, you're my servant. They didn't know that. I didn't really express that, but now that's how it is. Now, moment of truth, what does the actual sensor part look like? I don't know how this thing can breathe through this. Not bad, but it looks terrible. Yeah, it wouldn't be a road trip if you weren't stuck for a while. We're like, yeah, we'll get to Tulsa in time. I did not account for breaking down. I did a lot of preparation. Well, I didn't do any mechanical preparation. It ran great. I didn't think I needed to. We got everything buttoned back together. Try it again. Okay, now try it. Okay, now let it sit. Well, that's right for car stuff. This is as far as the Reatta's gonna go. Well, it might go somewhere later, but we're in Baxter, Kansas. We made it, Baxter Springs, Kansas. We made it 400 miles, about 400 miles. And we think a crank positioning sensor has gone bad. And what we're thinking, you start it and it thinks it's going redline. RPMs are just redline, and that, I mean, a crank positioning sensor, if it goes bad, it could cause it not to run. We thought it was mass airflow sensor. We don't think it's that. We can't really change that. O'Reilly's closed. We got an itinerary to stay to. We got to get to the next spot. So this is where she sits. I'm sorry, this is a very uneventful YouTube series. We made it a little bit on Route 66. It was a whole ton of fun. I would do it again. I want to thank all of our sponsors, which include me and me alone, and my boss at Missouri Car Parts at ebay.com. If you want to look that up, he sponsors me by paying me as I go to work every day. That's how you get sponsorships on the job. Anyway, it ran up until it didn't. Story of my life. So we're gonna take the Charger and continue our grand adventure. But this is gonna be the end for this one, guys. I'm glad that you tuned in, and it looks like you get the idea. We busted. That's it for this one, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll catch you later, and have a great day. Go to the Grand Canyon.